Are you too busy to focus on investing? I thought I was as well. In 2000, I was a busy corporate lawyer, and the last thing on my mind was investing in money. I was working 90-hour weeks, and I was making more money than I could spend. I didn't have time to invest, so I delegated this to my financial advisor. She was getting me some pretty unimpressive returns, like 5% after fees. But like I said, I was busy. I think this is pretty common among professionals. One day after a meeting with my financial advisor, I did some simple math and had an epiphany that changed my life. It convinced me that I needed to spend as much focus on my investments as on my job. Let's do a quick thought experiment. Let's say that you're going to work for 30 years in your career. And today you invest $100,000 at 5%, which is what you would get with a conservative investment like bonds. Your friend is the same age as you and does the exact same thing, except that she invests her own money and is able to get 15% returns on her investments. As a result, she's able to outperform the market, which has historically been doing about 10%. But it takes her some effort, maybe a few hours on the weekend and a lot of reading. After 30 years, how much more do you think your friend will have compared to you? Do you think it's double or triple? Take a guess. The answer is purely mathematical. If you invested $100,000 over the course of 30 years, assuming you get 5% a year, your $100,000 will turn into $412,000. Not bad. That's quadrupling your money. However, if you invested the same amount and were able to get 15% like your friend, your $100,000 would be worth $5.8 million. That's 58 times your money. More importantly, that's 14 times what you got by investing in a portfolio generating only 5% a year. I know that 15% is very difficult to get. Even if you put all your money into a passive stock market ETF, on average, you get about 10% over the long term. But even at 10%, you'd end up with $1.6 million, and that's roughly 4 times what you'd get with your 5% portfolio. The point that I'm making here is that investing matters. Over a long period of time, if you increase your returns, the wealth you build increases exponentially. This is why Albert Einstein called compounding the 8th wonder of the world. Back when I did this exercise in 2000, I thought for every dollar I put into the market, if I get really good at investing, I can increase my wealth by 10-fold or more. That's when it clicked. How long would I have to slave at a law firm to make up that difference? It's the equivalent of working decades at a law firm. Put another way, if I got smart with my investments and upped my returns, I could retire years earlier and live a much more comfortable life. Investing matters. Don't fall into the trap of thinking you're too busy to focus on your returns. Over the long term, it makes a massive difference that will help you retire early and give you financial freedom. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please share it with 2 friends.